Espooky. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Espooky. I'm your host, Soul Rack the Innocent. Tonight, we continue on our quest into the world of the paranormal. I have a couple of videos to analyze, so why don't you sit back and relax and enjoy yourselves as we continue on our quest into the world of the paranormal. Espooky. The following video comes from Unexplained Video from X. Now, what is happening in this video here? The video starts with a dog looking over his balcony. But what exactly is the dog looking at? If we see here in slow motion, we can see that a pair of legs appear to be running across the screen. And it appears that it's only half of the legs and in shadow. How strange. Could this be real? Is what we're seeing here footage of a ghost? Well, the dog appears to be alerted to it somehow, which is very interesting in itself, because why would the dog be alerted to that? The one thing that I think we could be seeing here, if it's not paranormal, is an issue with data compression. There might be someone running there and the digital camera just isn't catching it. But then again, this could be something paranormal. I'll let you decide for yourself. What do you think, real or not? How truly fascinating. Do you think that dog actually saw a ghost? The following video comes from Zona de Miedo from X. This footage has been making the rounds on social media for a couple of years now. We see a group of people having fun at some pool, but they are also joined by some sort of thing, specter or ghost. But could this be real? Or is this just a trick of forced perspective? I think it might be a trick. What do you think? The following video comes from Unexplained Video from X. Do you believe in the soul? Do you believe in the afterlife? Do you think it's possible for our souls to leave our bodies? Is this what happens after we die? Or is this what happens when someone astral projects? It's a very interesting topic to think about. On a personal level, I would like to think that there is something beyond this earthly realm, and that we continue to exist even after death. But what do you think? Do you think this footage is real or not? The following video comes from Dr. Muerte BDF from X. The video starts with a stop by a police officer. The police officer appears to be looking in to see if they can see anyone, and then suddenly, in a flash of light, the police officer appears to be melted completely, left in a steaming pile of who knows what, as the car drives away. How terrifying. As we can see here in more of a close-up, it appears as if it's a random stop. Something must have happened for the police officer to force this person to pull over. And as he stares in, here in slow motion, we see the blast of light that appears to melt the officer into a puddle of leftovers, a steaming puddle at that. How terrifying. Do you think that mankind possesses this kind of technology, that we are able to literally cook someone down into just a pile of leftovers? Or is there some other type of extraterrestrial explanation? Could this be some sort of advanced technology? Is that even a possibility? Or the possibility exists that what we are seeing here is simply just a skit from a movie or something that someone made in order to get social media clout. Either way, the video is very interesting. I'll let you decide for yourself what you think this is. I think it could be either or. I am not sure. What do you think? I mean, the cop melted, or it looked like he melted. If that technology exists, that would be frightening. The following video comes from Video Paranormal from X. In this footage, we see a fire burning, but in that fire we see something that appears to be walking. Now, what on earth could that be? What has the capability to be able to withstand fire like this? I know that humans can do that if they wear a fire suit, but even then, it's only to a limited time. How interesting. The one thing that I want to point out is that this creature, whatever it is, appears to be tiny and yet still very humanoid. Heaven forbid that this be a child that's burning here. I don't think that's what the case is in this instance. However, that is a very frightening thought. What do you think this could be? Is this some sort of fire spirit? Could that be what we are looking at? Or is there another explanation? Could this be some sort of alien? Or perhaps maybe an unknown type of cryptid? It's all very interesting. The likelihood is that what we are seeing here is some sort of practical effect. But I am not sure on this one. I'll let you decide for yourself. What do you think it is that we are looking at here? Some sort of spirit or some sort of effect? Well, friends, we reached the halfway point of another video. Just a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel and to leave a like to the video. The following video comes from Paranormal Video from X. People are thinking that what we're seeing here is some sort of unknown creature. But if you think about it logically, what we are seeing here is just the beauty of nature. I mean, it's weird looking. Some people would say that that is gross, but the reality is that that is just nature. It's a salamander. The following video comes from Think Tank from X. What is it that we're seeing here in the sky? People are saying that this is some sort of UFO. Let's observe a little bit closer. The strange thing about it is how humanoid it looks. It appears to have feet, a torso, and an arm. Could this be some sort of flying man? Or is there some sort of other explanation for this video? Do not misunderstand me. Although I do believe in the UFO phenomenon, I don't think in this case that is what we are seeing here. If anything, the more likely culprit is some sort of helium balloon in the shape of a man. When those things get released into the atmosphere, sometimes they don't deflate as quickly, and so if it's shaped like a man and it's still flying around in the atmosphere, it's gonna look like this. But what do you think? Am I correct? Or is this some sort of alien? mean, I guess you could confuse it for a UFO, but is it a UFO? Nah, it's just a balloon. Maybe. The following video comes from Disturbing Vids from X. Imagine going to visit a dead relative in a crypt and then coming across this thing in one of the cubicles, the empty cubicles at that. How terrifying. But is this some sort of ghost? The glowing eyes would seem to indicate that it is something paranormal. Can you explain this logically? Personally, I don't think that this is anything paranormal. If anything, this is just a homeless person that is there, because we all know there's a housing crisis all over the world right now, and this might just be the only alternative for some people. As per the glowing eyes, our eyes do catch the light sometimes. But what do you think? The following video comes from ufologo Julio from X. What is it that we are seeing in this video? We saw something walk by. Let's take a closer look. Here we see it again. Something appears to walk by this cow. How fascinating. Could this be some sort of ghost, a specter, or is there another explanation? According to the uploader, what we are seeing here could actually be some sort of alien. Now that's an interesting thought, but could that be the case? Again, in my opinion, what we might be possibly seeing is some sort of data compression issue. The only thing that I can't account for is for the height of this creature. It appears to be very low to the ground and short, almost the size of the cow, which is laying down sideways. So, what is it that we are looking at here? Could this actually be paranormal? The video is interesting, and in my personal opinion, I think that maybe what we are seeing here is a ghost, but I'm not too sure. What do you think is happening here? The following video comes from Paranormal Video from X. Now this video is interesting. What on earth is that thing? Let's take a closer look. We see the video start off with someone looking at some sort of construction site, and then we see some sort of creature. How fascinating. If we look closer here and in slow motion, we can see that whatever this thing is, it is misshapen. Its arm is unusually elongated, and it appears to slide off screen. Now what on earth can that be? Could this be human? Or is there some sort of explanation for this? Could this be some sort of practical effect? Or even worse, could this be some sort of monster? How interesting. Given the graininess of the video and how old it is, I cannot be sure. However, it is interesting. The following video comes from Guardian4525 from Reddit. What was it that we just saw happening here? Oh my goodness. Now, people are saying that this is some sort of zombie attack, that this person has been zombified, and that it is going to try and eat his companion. However, I think that if this is not some sort of skit or something fake, maybe what we're seeing here is the effects of some sort of illicit drugs. Drugs can make people act in very strange and erratic ways, and I would not be surprised if what we are seeing here is some sort of drug-induced psychosis. What do you think?
Don't do drugs, kids. This is what happens. Oh my god.
The following video comes from Demon King 2505 from Reddit. Do you think that this person's house is haunted by the ghost of a child? It's terrifying to think that it might be possible. We hear the sounds of a child laughing, and clearly there's none to be seen until we see it here. It appears to be behind the TV stand and the TV itself. We can see it clearly, and then it disappears. How strange. Now, is this possible? Or could this be some sort of practical effect? Whatever it is, I know that if I don't have children and I were to experience something like this, I would be terrified. But what do you think? Is this real or not?
Well, friends, we've come to the end of another video. As you can see, some of these videos were truly paranormal, and others, well, were not. But that is just the nature of this business. We're supposed to be able to sit down, analyze these videos for ourselves, and think, is that real, or is that some type of trick? And if it is a trick, why are people trying to trick me, okay? Usually, like I said before, it involves monetary reasons, right? People are trying to trick you in order to get you to click and like and to make them money. So don't fall for things so easily, okay? Think, analyze, and well, think for yourselves. That's all I can say. Or you can rely on me, and this is why I do this, because oftentimes I personally get annoyed by a lot of the nonsense that gets plastered all over the internet, and people are saying, "My God, look, it's paranormal." It's not. Most of the time, it's not. Okay? There are a few times, very few, and that's when things get really creepy and scary, right? But the reality is the majority are not. But anyways, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you here next time on another video of Espooky. Until then, bye.